Hey, how are you? 9 months to 100 kilometres. Well, I mean, I guess the short. If I was to do an executive summary of my week that has just gone, I would say we are on track. We are on plan. We're still doing what we need to do, but we've had to adapt and we've had to be flexible a little bit. The weather has definitely not helped me this week, and I've had to adapt a little bit, and I'm not sure whether it was wise adaptations or not. So normally on a Friday or over the weekend. So because I work away during the week, typical marathon plans encourage you to do a long run. I do my long run on a Tuesday night. Because I don't want to do it at a weekend, because that's the only 2 days that I get to spend with all my family, whether it's with the kids and the missus, or whether it's with me dad, say, taking the boy watching football. Those are the things that I value more than anything else. So I try to protect my time at weekends as much as possible, which means that on a Tuesday night, I have to do a long run. And I guess there's two instances that I want to talk about first. The weekend is when I try to do the hill runs, which I've started to do last 2 weeks, which is short bursts up a hill and then walking back down. Short burst, up a hill and walking back down. Because, I mean, that's meant to do something biologically to me. It's supposed to help me and use different muscles than the ones that I use ordinarily running, because apparently I'm learning all the time. You use different muscles walking, you use different muscles running, and you do use different muscles running up a hill. You also use, dependent upon the intensity of your training, you use different energy stores within your body, which is why you need to vary the intensity of your training to use different energy stores as well, and to get those using. Anyway, so I'm learning so much about myself, so much about my body, and so much about this training, that it's fascinating. So anyway, I digress. This weekend the weather hit. It snowed, which meant that the hill runs couldn't take place, because it just wasn't safe to run up a hill because there was snow and ice. So, and I don't know whether this was stupidity or not, but I decided to run up the stairs 100 times at my house. There you go, I said it. I ran up the stairs 100 times at my house and walked back down them, because I thought that would replicate some of the training, or help to replicate. And I thought that something was better than nothing. My calves, though, regretted that level of stair climbing. They weren't ready for it. But anyway, I did it, and I did something better. Something was better than nothing. And then Tuesday night this week was my long run. We're up to 11 miles now. But because the footpaths were so cold, or it is so cold, then the first 4 miles and the periods of the route that I did was snowy. So I ran through snow, which actually it was probably good ultramarathon training, because the terrain is going to be, the ground's going to be a little bit different to just roads. But that absolutely took it out of me. I managed the 11 miles. We've done the 11 miles, so it's not breaking any world records. But in terms of distance, the 11 miles has been ticked off. And next week, I'm hoping to try. No, I'm not hoping to try. That's so much doubt in that sentence, isn't there? I am going to run a half marathon on a Tuesday night after a full day at work. And what I've realised is that if I do that, then the Wednesday I'm absolutely shot at. Because my dad gave me some feedback last week. He said, "Oh, you look tired," and I've been thinking about the reason why I might have looked and felt tired. But it's because a Tuesday is my long run. So finish work at say 5 o'clock, go for a long run, which might be a couple of hours run. Then I've got to eat, and then so I'm eating later, which makes me not sleep as well, because I'm tracking my sleep as well. And then so I have unsettled sleep after a long run, which means that I'm waking up a little bit grumpier. and my Wednesdays are a little bit of a struggle at this point in time, which I've got to work through. I've got to, especially if I'm upping the miles every week, and then next Tuesday I'm going to do a half marathon. I need to do something different, whether it's eat less, whether it's try to get out earlier, and anyway. So I need to fathom with that. But I think the real thing that I want to just really talk about is about being adaptable, being flexible, and really the supportive parts of all of the different part of training. So I've had to adapt my plan. So I ran up the stairs instead of doing the hill run. So I'm hopefully going to get back to the hills. But I did something. I did 11 miles. So I've added a mile to it. But that brought it some challenges. I had to run through snow, run through the dark. I had to hurdle some fallen trees. I had to limbo on some other trees. But that also didn't help my calves. I felt like I've been run over this morning. So I need to do something and understand. But it's all just signals and cues for me to learn a little bit more about myself. So you need to be. I need to be adaptable. I need to be flexible. I need to keep moving forward. And then this coming week, I need to really understand what if my Tuesday night is my long run night. Then what can I do to help me have a more successful Wednesday, rather than be an absolute wreck. So I'm recording this on a Wednesday. I'm looking at myself in the camera. I do look a bit tired, but that's the reason why. So we are still on plan. We're still on track. Something else that happened last week as well is so my cycle goes on a Monday. I will, after the weekend, I will do something in the gym. I'll try to either the bike or the treadmill or the cross trainer and maybe a couple of weighty things, but not too many of them. And then a Tuesday I'll do my long run, and then a Wednesday I'll go back to the gym and go on the bike, because I didn't realise that actually going on a bike after a run does something to the muscles, and it helps you recover because it's a low impact form of training. Then the Thursday last week, I decided to try to go for a fast 5k. So I've got there's a little cycle, a little route that I do near where I'm working, and I did a fast 5k, and I actually did it in the fastest time that I'd ever done it. So that was successful, and I think it's the distance running, the intensity that I'm going at, and just the keeping moving forward and being adaptable and flexible, and just keeping challenging myself. So I guess now I'm thinking about it, now I've spoken to you, and now I've reflected a little bit more, I'm not settling. I'm keeping edging forward with everything. So whether it's doing something a little bit faster, doing something a little bit further, whether it's trying something new, I am trying to continue to stretch the boundaries and stretch the challenge, because I do want this to be as successful as I possibly can. So that really is the lesson this week, is continue to stretch. I mean, get physically and with the goals and with the activities, and just be mindful of of being flexible and adaptable with the things that are in front of you as well. So there you go. We're still moving forward, which is exciting, isn't it? Half marathon next week. I'll let you know how it goes, and fingers crossed to a more awake Wednesday next week. Have yourself an amazing week, and we will chat next.